Zhao Xinfang was one of the best-known Peking opera performers of the 20th century. Zhao Xinfang was born January 14, 1895, and died March 8, 1975. Zhao Xinfang was known as Beijing opera's Renaissance man of the 20th century. Beijing opera, also known as Peking opera, got its name for obvious reasons. It all started in Beijing. It is the largest Chinese form of opera with a history of over 160 years. It is also known as China's national opera. This form of opera was brought into Beijing in 1790 for the birthday of the Qianlong Empire. At this point, its purpose was only for the court and was not made available to the public until years later. In 1828, many famous Huibi troops arrived in Beijing and joined forces with Anhui troops, performing Peking opera's melodies. Peking opera is known to have taken its final form in the year of 1845. Two main melodies from Peking opera, Zipi and Huang, derived from Anhui opera. Zipi translates into skin puppet show. Peking opera originally was strictly for male performers. Female performers began to impersonate male roles and eventually made their mark in Peking opera by the late 1800s. A lot of dialogue is spoken in Mandarin Chinese, which is recorded in the book Zhongyuan Yinyang. A lot of music has also come from other operas, as well as staging and performance style, thus concluding that Peking opera is a collaboration of many older forms of music and performance. Despite this being how Peking opera has evolved, newer versions of Peking opera have created their own methods. In the 19th century, acrobatic stunts were introduced to Peking opera. The vocal side of Peking opera also became more simplistic, assigning specific characters to singing roles with only a few singing patterns. The simplicity, along with acrobatic stunts as well as inspiration from many older art forms, are what made Peking opera so popular throughout China. Zhao Xinfang got his start in opera at the young age of 6. He started to learn Peking opera at this age, and then played his first main role as a child in Hangzhou at age 7. He earned himself the stage name Kui Ling Tong, which translates to age 7 boy. At age 12, his stage name was changed to Kui Lin Boy, which translates to unicorn boy. In 1906, Zhao began performing in Shanghai and then went on to Beijing in 1908. The age of 13 is when he began performing major roles. There are a lot of main roles in Peking opera, the most popular one being Shang. Shang refers to male characters in Peking opera. Zhao's specialty was Lao Shang, which refers to the role of an old man. Zhao's unique singing style was ideal for this role, and he went on to develop his own style known as Kui style. He also performed alongside some of the most well-known opera singers such as Tan Xinpei and Mei Leifang. Zhao revised many old operas, wrote plays, and had professional roles in traditional opera-related institutions. He was the deputy dictatorship of Chinese Opera Research Institute and the director of the Shanghai Peking Opera Company. Some of Zhao's most famous performances include Four Scholars, Dragon House, and the Zuzi Scurries. He wrote historical plays such as Hai Rui Submits His Memorial. Hai Rui was the Chinese official of the Ming Dynasty. Wu Han wrote a similar play called Hai Rui Dismissed from Office. This opera is most known for its controversy in portrayal of Mao Zedong. The play resulted in Wu Han being executed. Zhao, along with his son, ended up being arrested for his alleged false portrayal of Mao Zedong in Wu Han's play. Zhao was eventually released but then placed under house arrest until his death in 1975. Zhao is married to Lillian Ku and has 3 children. His daughter, Sai Chin, is a well-known actress who started in Broadway and went on to perform in movies and television, including The Joy Luck Club, where she played Auntie Lindo, Grey's Anatomy, and Casino Royale. Xinfang also has a son named Michael Chow. Michael Chow was in Rush Hour and Rush Hour 3 starring Jackie Chan and is now a celebrity restaurant owner. Michael Chow's daughter, Xinfang's granddaughter, China Chow, has also had success with acting as well as modeling. His youngest daughter, Vivian Chow, is married to Hou Yi, a Chinese actor and director. Needless to say, Zhao Xinfang has carried on his legacy of acting and performing through his family. His children and grandchildren have had great success with their careers. Overall, Zhao Xinfang played an important role in the Peking opera throughout the 20th century. He was an extremely well-known performer of the art. He performed in hundreds of Peking operas throughout his career. He wrote his own plays, revised old plays, and held important official positions. His family members followed in his footsteps and made a name for themselves with several successful acting and entertainment careers. Despite his arrest resulting in the end of his career and ultimately his death, Zhao Xinfang left a lasting impression on the Chinese traditional opera.